Hey everybody, Marcus here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Yeah, you see me sitting in my car because it is an ice cold winter's day today. It's a blue sky day, but it's 23 degrees outside. So we're going to do this introduction from inside my Tahoe. So we have the Specta Mini and we've got the Potensic Atom. These drones are very comparable in a lot of ways, and I've been wanting to do a comparison between the two. We'll go over some of the features of these drones. We probably won't demonstrate all of them. Mainly in this video, we're going to show you side-by-side video so you can make a decision as to which one you think looks better. But let me talk a little bit about the specs and how they compare. I mean, obviously the cameras are, that's why you buy a GPS camera drone. And I guess I should have started by saying that these are both sub-250 drones, so they do not require registration via the FAA. However, sensor size. The Specta has a 1/2.3 sensor, and the Atom has a 1/3 sensor, so 1/3. So the Specta has a little bit bigger sensor than the Atom. Resolution, they both shoot in 4K 30. They both take pictures in 12 megapixel, so that part of it is pretty comparable. Let's talk a little bit about range. So I can tell you the Specta Mini, obviously it's made off of the DJI Mini 4K. Basically they're twins. 10-kilometer range, so that's pretty good. I've had really good luck with connection, FPV and control connection with this little drone. Now the Potensic Atom, a little bit different. They're claiming 6 kilometers range. I had this drone out the other day in an urban environment, and I only got about 1/2 kilometer with it before it broke up. So, that's going to vary by where you're at and what kind of territory you're in. But you can take a look at that when we're flying the drones here. Speed-wise, they're very compatible. Both of them have a top speed of 16 meters per second. That is about, 35 miles an hour, something like that. So very, very comparable in that regard. Flight time, again, they're very comparable. The Specta says 31 minutes. The Atom says 32 minutes. Both of them claim level 5 wind resistance, and we're going to find out today because we've got some gusty winds. UAV forecast says up to 26 miles an hour, and that's at the very limit of level 5. It doesn't feel like it's quite that much outside, so we'll see how both of them handle the wind and see if we get any wind warnings. So when it comes to features, that's where they're going to differ a little bit. The Specta Mini has quick shots, much like a DJI drone. It also will shoot several different panorama photos, and then it's also got HDR photos. Now the Potensic Atom, it has quick shots, just like the Specta Mini, which is a really kind of a fun little feature, intelligent flight mode feature. But it also will do tracking that this drone will not do. The Specta Mini will not do tracking. We're going to go over the apps. I'll be honest with you, it's been a while since I've delved deep into the Atom. I'm not sure if it has waypoints or any form of panoramas. I don't think it has any panoramas. It may have waypoints. We'll take a look at that when we get it up in the air and take a look at the app. In fact, we'll go over the app and we'll look at all that stuff. So let's quit messing around. Let's get these drones in the air. Let's start with the Potensic Atom, and then we'll put the Specta Mini up in the air. Okay, we are in normal flight mode, and you can look at the attitude indicator there in the bottom left, and you can see the drone is fighting the wind pretty good. So we're going to make this quick. We've got a nice steady horizon. We're going to move forward in normal mode, and that should get us up to a top speed. Yeah, encountering strong wind. Please return to home as soon as possible. So again, this is a very windy day. So we're kind of, again, we're kind of just over an open area here. I suppose if we could potentially, yeah, it says encountering strong wind. We are going about 7 meters per second. We're just going to head out here from one end of the park to the other. And that wind warning went away, so that's a good thing. But you can look at the attitude indicator, and you can see the drone is definitely fighting the wind, even though it is a nice blue sky day today. So this direction, we're at about a little over 7 meters per second. So let's see how it goes when we turn around and go the other way. So, yeah, yep, it's... we're going to turn the drone around and bring it back towards us here. We're at about, yeah, and I'm seeing it get blown around as I turn it around here. So, it's compensating. The little gimbal is compensating. So let's turn around and let's come back the other way. And then we'll bring this guy back home. And it's going a lot faster, so it's definitely with the wind this way. And that's me adjusting the gimbal. But mostly I just wanted to give you, so we're going to fly both drones at full throttle in normal mode and kind of see how we do here. So this is going to be a fairly quick flight. What you're looking at down there is a BMX bike track, and I probably didn't, yeah, I'll have to remember when I fly the Specta to go right over the top of that. So we'll go this way out about 200 meters, and then we're going to bring this guy back, and let's see how we do here. Turning it around, and you can see, if you look at that attitude indicator, you can see it's definitely fighting the wind. So let's come back, and I'm going to see if I can do an orbit. Yeah, encountering strong wind again, it says. So we are definitely getting some wind warnings. You know, I was going to do an orbit around that, around the flagpole there. You see the flag, but with these light standards, there's big light poles for the ball fields. I think we'll probably just skip that. So yeah, let me just bring this guy in, and we're going to bring it down lower, and then I'm going to go through the app and kind of give you show you all the different features of the drone. Okay, we're going to stop recording now. You can see the American flag waving in the wind there. Let's stop recording. And let's take a look at some of the features. So the first thing that I am curious about is I want to go into the map mode here, and let's click on that. Let's make that full screen, and I am going to change the map to just kind of a standard map. So there we got a standard map. And I am wondering about waypoints here. So you see that little icon? Yeah, right there. I think we can do waypoints. Now, I'd forgotten about that with this drone. It wasn't listed on the... when I was looking at the specifications for the drone, it wasn't listed. So let's see if we can draw... Yeah, see, we're doing some waypoints. So that is another feature that this drone has that you don't get with the Specta Mini. And we could click go, but I'm not going to. I'm going to just trash that because of the wind. I don't want to fly the drone any further. But we can. I just wanted to confirm that it had waypoints. I seem to remember that it did, but I couldn't remember specifically. So let's go back to the attitude indicator. So you do have waypoints there. So the next thing we're going to look at is... well, it does have zoom. I can show you here real quick. So we click on 2x zoom there. I've got it set in 4K, and all you're going to get is 2x. Then it's going to go back to 1. And the Specta Mini has that same thing. And again, you're just looking at the screen recording here. But see down below there, that little looks like a film reel. That's the quick shots. So you have pull away, rocket, circle, spiral, and boomerang. Those are a lot of fun. We are not going to mess with that today because we want to. It's just too windy, and I just don't want to do that right now. Okay, let's go into camera mode here, and let's take a look. We are in camera mode, and I wanted to see if we had panoramas in here, and I do not see any panoramas in camera mode. You've got a time mode. See that little clock kind of above the 1X on the right hand side of the screen? You can set a timer so to take pictures. I'm clicking on it, but yeah, I'll have to take a look at that. Touching it, but not really getting much going on there. But anyway, you can take some time shots. So I do not see any HDR or anything. Let's go into the menu and let's click on camera. And you can, with both drones, you can put them in manual mode. A drone of this caliber, I'm not sure that makes that much difference. You may want to be able to adjust your camera settings, so that is available if you take it out of automatic. So let's get out of there, and let me click on that. You see right above where the camera there, that little A looks like a camera, and that will take you into where you can manually adjust. In manual form, you can adjust your shutter speed, ISO, white balance, etc. But we are not going to do that right now. And by the way, you can do the same thing in video mode. So there are no panos on this, but you do get tracking. And see if I can remember where tracking is at on this particular drone. So we're in tracking mode now, and you could literally draw a square around something and do some tracking. So there it's got a point of interest, and I could click go, and it's going to track that. So obviously that's not something that's going to move, so we're not going to do that, but you can track. It does have visual tracking. Okay, again, we're about a little over 40 meters high and about 200 meters distant, and we're going to fly this guy straight forward, and I'm going to go full tilt in normal mode. And the Potensic Atom was right around 7 meters per second trying to fly in these conditions, and this appears to be just about the same. So we're a little over 6 meters per second. It's clearly going into the wind this way. However, we're not getting any wind warnings. So pretty nice, stable looking horizon, etc. But we'll go out just about as far as we did with the Potensic Atom. And again, what you want to look at here is we're looking primarily at the video quality. So just would give you a comparison of the video on the two drones. So yeah, we'll get out. I think we got about almost out to the road here when we were flying the little Atom. So yeah, we're about 200 meters here, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it around. Interestingly, no wind warnings with the Specta Mini, and we were getting a lot of wind warnings with the Potensic Atom. And again, you can look at the attitude indicator there, and you can see how well the drone is fighting the wind, etc. And as we're turning it, obviously you expect to see it tilted. So I'm going to try and hit the same vector. And again, look at that attitude indicator. You can see it's tilted a little bit. Let's go full stick forward and see how we do here. And again, yeah, it's definitely got the wind at its back. We're at almost 10 meters per second. Yeah, there's 10 meters per second. So really, speed-wise, the drones were really identical. Now, I cannot say that the wind is exactly the same, although it was just a few minutes ago that I flew the Atom on this same path. But anyway, you can see how specification-wise they're very, very similar. But take a look at what you see for the video quality between the two. Okay, I've stopped recording, and let's take a look at the intelligent flight modes, or all the various flight modes that you have with this particular drone. We showed the zoom on the Atom, so let's do that right now. We're at 1 by. Click that button, same button. There we are at 2 by. So back to 1 by, and again, you're just looking at that on the screen recording. However, I just wanted to be able to show you that. And then if you want to look at the various different modes of intelligent flight modes, etc., click on that little film strip, and we got photo at the top, quick shots, and then pano. So let's look at the quick shots first. And the quick shots, you can see there, I think there was one more with the, quite frankly, I think you had 5 different quick shots. I think it included I don't know, a peanut or a horseshoe or something like that. They called it on the other drone, where it does kind of an oblong around you. But this one has a droney, a rocket, a circle, and a helix. Helix is one of my favorites. And then what you get on this drone that you do not get on the Atom is panos there. So you got the sphere, the 180, and the wide angle. Let's go, we were going to get out of that. Let's go back up to photo now, so you can take a look at photo. So we're going to click on that little photo button. And what this drone has that the Atom doesn't is AEB, automatic exposure bracketing. I think I might have said HDR, high dynamic range, but that's essentially what automatic exposure bracketing does. It'll take a series of 3 pictures in this case, and then you can put them together in post-production, and you get more high dynamic range. And then it has the time shot function similar to what you had on the Atom, and then of course just a single shot right there. And I'll just show you on the map what this drone, the Specta Mini, does not have that the Potensic has. Let's switch into map mode, and let's make that map big. And there is no function for any kind of a waypoint mission here. In fact, we can see if we can put a waypoint down. And yeah, so it just, all it does is it's just, you're going to move a target flight area around is all that's going to do. So yeah, so we should be able to erase that. Erase. Oh no, I guess all I did was I erased my I just erased my flight path when I hit erase. But also you can you can change the imagery, whether you want a standard map, satellite, or mixed. I kind of like a standard map. I'll kind of look at the satellite map sometimes if I'm doing a waypoint mission, but mostly I would stay on just a normal standard map. So I guess the one thing I didn't show you is how you can adjust the camera on this drone. It's kind of similar to the Atom. We see that in the bottom right where it says auto. I can click on that and it goes into pro mode, and you can see that really changed our exposure value. And let me see if I can see if it'll auto adjust. No, it won't. But anyway, you could go in and adjust all of that to get what you wanted exposure wise. Let's get out of pro. Let's go back where we can see what we're doing. And obviously that works in both photo mode and video mode. Okay, the Potensic Atom and the Specta Mini, very comparable in a lot of ways. So we talked about the specs earlier, so we won't get into that again. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to put that video, part of that video, side by side on the screen so you can take a look at it and compare for yourself. Okay, now that you've seen that video, I'll let you guys make your own decision on which one you think looks better. I can tell you this, you have a higher bit rate on the Specta Mini than you do on the Potensic Atom. So there are, and the Specta has a little bit bigger sensor, so it's got that going for it. But I always thought the Atom looked pretty good. We went over all the various specifications and the features of the drones. What I meant to say, the features. So there's a little bit of a give and take, right? So with the Atom, you can do a waypoint mission if that's important to you. You can do tracking if that's important to you. You can't do either of those with the Specta Mini. But the Specta Mini can do panorama photos, and it can do automatic exposure bracketing that this drone cannot do. So again, they both have quick shots on them, so that's about the same. So there is a little bit of give and take there. It just depends on what you want and what you think of the video quality of the two drones. So anyway, that's about it. I'm not going to draw any conclusions here. I'm going to let you guys draw your own conclusions. I really like both drones. The one thing I do want to talk about before we close is price. So I looked today, and as we know, these prices change. So may not, what I'm telling you today may not necessarily be what it is when you look at this video. But as of today, they had coupons and price discounts on the Potensic Atom. Just you could buy the single battery kit for $269. The Atom also offers a Fly More kit with multiple batteries. You pay a little more for. The Specta Mini today was on sale for $219. So it's a little bit cheaper, about $50 cheaper. But it does not, you cannot get a Fly More package with the Specta Mini. You can only get the single battery package. You can buy extra batteries for it on Amazon, but they don't offer a Fly More. So anyway, that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I had fun putting this together. On a better day, weather-wise, with less wind, etc., we would have kind of gone into maybe more detail on quick shots and some of those other things, but this gave you a good overview to help you make your decision on which one of these drones is right for you. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. And I do want you to know that I appreciate you took the time to watch this video. And of course, we'll see you on the next one. The Potensic Atom and the Specta Mini, a couple of pretty good drones. See you guys later.